Good morning everybody and welcome. My name's Lindy Smith and today I'm on Facebook Live. I'm going to be showing you how to make little Christmas baubles just like this one. Now first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that came over to Cake International and said to me that they thoroughly enjoyed my Facebook Live videos and that they want me to do more. So please tell me what you'd like me to demonstrate in future and I'll see what I can do. I've got a great big long list now from everybody that came to chat to me at my stand. Like I see there's quite a few of you online, so do say hello, tell me where you're coming from, send me some thumbs up and some likes. I would like to see those, that would be super. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to whiz you around all the bits and pieces that you'll need to get started. Then I'm going to give you a short demo. Now I'm off to Northern Ireland to demonstrate some Christmas ideas on Tuesday. So I'm surrounded by lots of Christmas examples and all sorts of different bits and pieces. Hello Michelle from Australia, welcome. And Anisha says good morning from Workshop. Fantastic, it's lovely to know you're here and with me. And Louise says hi as well, so thank you very much everybody. Now before you need to get started with these are all, let me pick them up, a different example up. These are all done with stencils. Can you see it? Get the light catching it, there we are. And they're done with metallic dust. Now these obviously have to be edible. And you need to, first of all, of course, choose some stencils. I'm going to show you that one as well. And I've got another one here. Dot says good morning from Newark. Louise, another Louise from Weston-super-Mare, and Leslie from Oxford. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so you need basically a packet of digestive biscuits, which is what these are. That's what I use. I found this by accident, really. I was demonstrating at a show in Manchester, one of the Cake International shows, and run out of cookies to decorate. So I sent my husband off, because he always helps me at the shows. You might have met him if you were at Birmingham at the weekend. And he went and got me some digestives, because of course they're perfect size. They're very similar to a cupcake at the top of a cupcake. So they're perfect for experimenting on. And from then onwards, I've been using them as the base of my decorations. Now, stencils. We sell all sorts of ones online, and I'm sure you've got lots in your box too, but I'm going to show you some that work on these cookies. We've got this one. I know the writing's back to front, it's the way my camera works. Those are really, really pretty. They're called mini silk paisleys. Another Christmas theme one are these with the little angels on. They're ever so sweet. Love those. They're called fancy holiday ones. I'll send you links afterwards so you don't have to remember. Some of mine are the Art and Nouveau one, which is a really pretty one. That's one that you actually saw on the cookie. If I pick it up, you'll be able to see. That's that one. And then this set is actually a spring garden set or hedgerow set. And yeah, sorry, hedgerow. We have so many, I get confused. There we are, that's that one. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera and show you all the other bits and pieces you'll need. Oh, we've got Sammy from Chicago. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, let me flip the camera and I'm going to show you the bits and pieces and then I'm going to do the demonstration for you. So just bear with me while I flip. This takes a little while. Here we go. Right, those are the cookies I've already shown you. What you'll need is some white fat, some brushes, some edible luster, a circle cutter to cut out your circle. Now this is entirely optional, but I've used a sugar shaper to make the sort of the hanging bit. I don't know what that's called technically. I've also got a cutter which I've cut out some shapes to put on the top, an embosser and a little border paste for the top as well. And these are some other of these stencils. Okay, and I've got spacers that I've rolled my sugar paste out onto. So basically that's what these are. These pink things here are 5mm spacers, and when I'm covering cookies I like to roll my sugar paste out to a 5mm thickness, and that way I always get a nice even thickness. So I'm just going to remove that. I've also covered it with plastic here. Now what I've done is I've put the stencil on top of the sugar paste. I've then taken a smoother and I'm pressed down. Now what this does is it forces the sugar paste up to the top surface of the stencil, so it's all flat here with the top surface. I'm then going to bring in my white fat. Now I tend to put little bits of white fat into a pot like this. This is Trex, which I store in my fridge, but when I'm travelling I like it in a little pot. It's so much more handy than in a great big box, and I'm just going to smear it over the top using my finger. Now you don't want too much. Let's move the other one out. There we are. just so it covers. Now this is going to act as a glue for the luster dust, which I'm going to use in a moment. Oh, it looks like this. It says it stopped. Oh, it still seems to be working. I'll just put... I'll be working. Sorry about that. I had a message saying it had all stopped, but it obviously hasn't. Thank you. Everyone's saying thumbs up. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I don't know, these little tablet things, sometimes they confuse us, don't they? Right, what I'm going to do is load my paintbrush. Now, this is edible luster dust, and you can see I'm quite adding quite a lot. Now, the important thing here is to use a soft brush. You want to, like a makeup brush. Now, this one's a lovely one. If you use a hard brush, what happens is sometimes the bristles leave brush marks, which you don't want. Okay, so you want to make sure all the white fat is covered. And then what I tend to do is bring in this larger brush, which you saw earlier, this gorgeous, this really is a makeup brush, and just remove all the excess, because what you don't want to happen is when you lift the stencil that the little stray bits of dust fall onto the pattern itself. So that removes anything that's loose. I'm now going to lift it. And this is a sort of eureka moment. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what I love about stencils. They're so easy and quick. Somebody says, are you still there? I think I am back again. Yes. Right, what we're going to do now is take the circle cutter and place it. Basically, you're going to line it up with the stencil, bearing in mind you are going to have, if I bring one in, you are going to have this little bit here as well. So let's cut that out, like so. Remove the excess, like that. Now we want to transfer it onto the cookie itself. So this is the cookie. I'll bring it in here. Now I've already put some piping gel onto the cookie. Can you see that it's a little bit sticky? And the reason for that is it's going to act as glue. Now you could use chocolate ganache, you could use buttercream, you could use jam, but I prefer to use the piping gel because it's sticky but it doesn't add too much moisture. So I'm just going to lift this up carefully. Now I'm just going to smooth this. Can you see here? It's a little bit ragged. I really dislike ragged edges, so I'm just going to smooth that off. I'm then going to place it, bring the cookie up where so you can see. There we are. And just place that on like that. Ooh, we're not quite central. Let's just, there, well, that's better. Now what you can do is you can get your finger and you can smooth this cut edge like so. Okay, and now what we're going to do is add the top. So as I showed you earlier, I've got this little shape here. Let's bring it so you can see it, that one. And I've embossed most of those edges, just because if you look at Christmas baubles, what you'll find is they all have that little embossed edges. So I'm using this one. This is really pretty, isn't it? Look at that. These are one of the Holly Products embossers, the lace embossers that we sell on our site. And if you're after them, I'll send you a link afterwards. And what I do is just press there and then press the last one as well. It just adds those little details that make them look really professional. So there we go. And then I'm going to add that on here. Now this is all, I'm not using anything to stick this. You could obviously add a little bit of water, you could add a little bit of sugar glue, it doesn't really matter. And that's the top. Because the sugar paste is wet and this paste is still wet, they're sticking quite nicely there. Now I've got a little ball which I've already rolled, and I am going to add a little bit of water on the bottom of that. I'll do that off camera. There we go. I'm going to stick that on here. Okay, now what we need is a little bit of trim. Actually, I'm going to just move that way. That's better. To hide that join. And what I did earlier was I squeezed out some paste from a sugar shaper. So I'll just bring that in to show you. This is my sugar shaper, and this is what I've squeezed out. Can you see these? If you watched 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did some fringing on Facebook Live, and I made fringes. Beverly said that looks great, thank you. And Dot says beautiful. Oh, it's very sweet of you all. And Marcia says, lovely to see you last weekend, and Friday suits her for live events. I know it doesn't suit everybody, that's the trouble. At Cake International, people say, oh, can you do it at different times and different days? And the trouble is I can never please everybody, but I do my best. So I'm just popping that on there, and I'm going to use my palette knife just to cut away the ends so that it fits. Whoops. Let's just tuck that behind, like so. Hopefully that will stick. And then, now this is using the small disc. As you can see, I've got a small hole in there, and what I've done also is made the parts that hang. So if I bring these in, can you see those? Yes. So I put the larger disc in the sugar shaper, and I've squeezed out a length. I've made it into a U shape. I've pinched that together, and then once it's dried a little, I've chopped the end off. Now I've only done this literally about half an hour ago, and what I now need to do is to make a hole. Whoops, I need to find a paintbrush. I can't find a paintbrush. Let's use, this is rather big, this one. I'm going to use the end of this one, but I would normally use a pointed paintbrush, but they seem to have all vanished. I've packed them away already for Northern Ireland. There we go. Just put a hole in there, and then pick this up. I'll just put a little bit of water on there, and then that's going to go in here. Can you see it's still soft? And what I would probably do is put some paper, some kitchen paper under here, just so that it dries in that position. And I need to obviously adjust this too. It's very difficult when I've got the camera in front of me and I'm trying to do hands either side, but you get the idea of it, don't you? You could obviously pipe more detail on there if you put a little bit of extra details. You put some royal icing in a piping bag and just pipe little dots. That would be really, really effective. And you can experiment with lots of different stencils, of course, and lots of different colours. Now here I'm using white, which I could obviously then paint over. Once this is dried, I would paint over it with silver. If you wanted to, like the ones I originally showed you, they were done with gold, so that, you know, you do a yellow colour and then paint over it with the gold. Let me just get closer so you can have a quick look there. Trudy says, wonderful ideas that you have. Thank you very much, Trudy. It's very kind of you. Right, I'm going to flip the camera back and answer any questions that you might have. So bear with me while I do that. Okay. It should be flipping. It is flipping. There we are. It is. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, it's a bit... I've got lots of things going on at the moment, so it's a little bit rushed, but I hope that gives you a few inspirations. If you are over in Northern Ireland, then in Belfast, or if you're close by on Tuesday, do come and see me. I think there are tickets available. They're only £5, and I think I'm up on the big screen and everything, so please do. I can give you details of that as well. Please do come and say hello and join the fun. I've got lots of different things to show you. There I'm on for an hour, and I'm doing it 3 times. So lots happening, and if you've got more requests for what you'd like me to do, I know I've got a snowman as another Christmas idea that I'm going to show you another week, and I was playing with 3 wise men yesterday, so we'll see about that as well. And I've got other things that people have asked me, so if you've got specific requests, please let me know. It's lovely being here with you all, and thank you for all saying hello. It's nice to know you're all here. And if you've got any questions afterwards, just pop them on and I'll jump on and reply. Thank you very much for being with me, and I'll hopefully see you again next time. Thank you.